Hello and welcome, my name is Sarah and I create mod tutorials for The Sims 4. For today's video I got a request about branches. My previous video we went over careers, it was an hour long, but I kind of skipped over branches. So I'm just doing this really short video and explaining and showing you guys how to actually add branches to your rabbit hole careers. So let's dive into it and let's start modding. So I've opened The Sims 4 Studios and opened a copy of my career. Now I'm not using branches in my career, so actually for me it would show like this. Let me just go here, branches, and change it to that. So this basically just means I don't have any branches. You could also just fully delete it, but I like the option there in case I want to change this in the future, then I know where it's supposed to go. And you also have to make sure to do all of that for the sim data. Now I am going to show you, of course, in this video how to do branches. So for my career I use the Tech Guru career from the Sims 4 base game as a template. So I've added the 2 branches in here that came with the template. Now you can add as many branches as you want, so you can just continue adding on in here, and you of course have to change each of these tuning IDs numbers to change it to the branch you're working on. But in this case I'm just going to leave it as 2. Now a branch actually starts the exact same as this file, so it is a tunable career track. Now, to make sure you name everything correctly, I always like to go and change the name to base, for example, or call it track number 1, so you're not getting confused with the other tracks of this career, so the branches that are added onto this. Now you can actually just go in and say duplicate, and duplicate, of course given the new instance number, but duplicate this file. But in this case I'm just going to copy the first branch, that is the Tech Guru Track 2 Gaming, and I'm adding that into the if you go into tools, extract tuning, add it in there, and then just say add current package. Now once that is added and I click on it, you can actually see that it's very similar. And like I said earlier, they're both tunable career tracks. Now the main difference between the two is actually this one does not have any branches added. So as you can see, the whole branch line here is gone, so these are not there. It goes from active assignments amount straight to busy time situation tooltip, as you can see here. So the branches aren't added. However, you could add branches if you're interested in making something extremely complex with a lot of different levels in a career. You can definitely do that. So for each branch you can actually add more branches if interested. Now looking further at this file, you can see it's exactly the same except for the overmix over here. We will talk about that in a minute. Everything else is the same. It also has the career levels, the name of this career, and everything. So if you're following the hour-long tutorial, you basically just have to redo everything for every single branch. Now, of course, everything you change into this file for the branch, you also have to make sure to add it into the sim data that's connected to that file. And the last thing I do want to mention is that when you've created your branch, also then make sure to copy the tuning ID, which should be a completely new number. So make sure to follow the override versus not override video if you're unsure about how this actually works. I will link it in the top corner, but then you just copy the tuning ID and then just place it in here in the branches. Let me just quickly change that number actually to show you what I mean. And now we go to tuning ID, copy that, go back into the first track, and then we have branches, and paste it in there. And then also make sure to paste it in here in a sim data. And that is actually everything about branches. Now what I do want to go over actually, because I completely forgot in the other video, is the overmax over here. So I'm just going to actually copy that and then open my content creator career package file. Okay, so here we are in my content creator package file. As you can see, I don't have any branches. But what I do want to add is actually the overmax, and I completely forgot about that in the other video, so I'm just gonna go over it right now. Now, the overmax is actually once you reach the end of your career and you will still gain promotions, you will get a additional salary increase. As you can see over here, it currently says 10. So we actually do need to add that if our sim goes to a promotion, otherwise they just don't get any salary increase. So I want to add that. So I've pasted this in here. Now all I want to double check is actually the reward that we got over here. So I'm just going to copy this and then paste it into the tuning and then just say add to current package. So once it's added in here, I'm going to click on this and actually have a look what it says. Now this is just a rewards system. I of course first going to change the name and make sure to give it a unique tuning ID and instance. Okay, so I've called it the reward overmax content creator. Now basically what we see in this file over here is that once your sim goes to the next promotion, is that they will gain a reward and a money reward with a random range, which means they will get a bonus between 1,000 and 2,000 simoleons. Now I think I am going to maybe change that to a little bit higher, maybe between 2,500 and 5,000, because it is a content creator career and I feel like we just earn more money as a content creator than a tech guru. Now I've changed that, and then the special rewards, which is the influence bugs, I'm just going to leave it as 10. Now in a sim data we actually don't really have to do anything, so I'm just going to leave it as it is, and I'm going to copy the tuning ID and then of course make sure to add it in here into our overmax. So that was it for this video. I hope it's clear now how to create branches with your Sims 4 careers. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments down below. And don't forget to join my Discord and assign yourself the mod tutorial role if you want to stay up to date with all the latest mod tutorial videos. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!